Hello, craft beer enthusiasts, and welcome back to another endeavor with the Battle of the Beer. Lucas, for people that may not be familiar, why don't you tell them a little bit of what we consider to be a winter warmer for the purpose of this video?
We tried to go for something a little bit out of the box here. So we kind of looked at things that were kind of a high ABV and something that you just might want to drink after a fine day of sledding or maybe shoveling the driveway.
Typically, it's going to be something that you're going to sip, not rush, and you're just going to get that nice, as we always like to describe, that nice warm feeling from the alcohol.
Yeah, exactly. Something you might crack open in front of the fire and warm yourself up with. So without further ado, let's get into it.
All right, Lucas, we are going to start off with my selection for this episode, and I went with a barley wine style ale from Southern Tier Brewing. It's called Backburner. 4 varieties of hops, 4 types of malts. I think it's going to be good. I mean, we like barley wines, and it definitely inhibits everything about a sipping beer that you want.
Barley wine is, by nature, a high ABV sipper. Now, you said 4 malts and 4 hops in there.
Yeah, that's what the label told me.
Dang. That's
I can't give you too much more. I'm not familiar with this, but we also have blackstrap molasses and local maple syrup. So
it's very aromatic.
Should have some nice flavors bouncing around in there.
It does taste very sappy. It
Very
smells very molasses-y.
We'll see if we get the specifics on. I'm not seeing an ABV. Found it, 10.5.
Oh,
10.5%.
Really?
So, kind of typical with a barley wine you're going to have.
I would not have guessed that just based off the taste. I mean, yeah, I know it's going to be a high ABV, but it does not immediately scream. There's alcohol in that.
Not a lot of aroma off of this.
I got a little bit. I got kind of a malty, molassesy smell.
Kind of a medium mouthfeel, slightly carbonated, yeah. And I think that what's surprising with the barley wine too, it can be hit and miss, but the alcohol taste isn't very overpowering. I kind of get that kind of black molasses taste a little bit, but I don't know. It's got a really nice just a flavor that you can sit back and sip on, which I really appreciate.
It's a good sipper. Good start.
Good start, yeah. So let's see what you brought for me, and we can just keep this train rolling.
I'm gonna warm you up, Buttercup.
The inner warmth is dying down from the barley wine, so I am very excited to learn what you have brought for us today.
Well, it's going to be an interesting thing here. This is the Pennsylvania Tuxedo by Dogfish Head and Woolricks, which sounds like a department store.
I'm familiar with the Canadian tuxedo. I am not familiar with the Pennsylvania tuxedo.
Well, you're about to get intimate with this tuxedo.
I imagine it has the butt flap, so you can easily go number 2.
I don't know why that's not more prevalent in clothing in general. With this beer, you'll notice it's very light colored, and that is because it's pale ale.
Ooh.
It is a pale ale brewed with Pennsylvania spruce tips, not just any old spruce tip.
Oh, wow.
You get the tips from a very specific source.
Just the tip?
Just the tips. 8.5% alcohol on a pale ale. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
I probably have, but I've also probably forgotten.
Have you ever forgotten such a thing?
Yes.
Probably. You will after drinking these beers.
You can kind of smell that spruce, but that first sip, it's just like boom, it's right there.
Hello.
It's like that Pine Sol lady in those commercials, like yelling at you in your taste buds.
Mr. Clean, how did you get in my mouth? Oh. Whoops.
Oh boy. Light, I'd say good flavor, very light body.
Light body with high carbonation. Fairly high. Especially compared to the other one. Very clean flavor.
Yeah.
You get like that, with pale ale, there's not a whole lot of lingering there, but the spruce tips, and then it's just kind of
very smooth too.
Done.
Like it's quite like a refreshing taste, I find too, on the end of it.
I would say this is a little more dangerous than the other one.
Yeah, I
being
might think
8.5.
so. But I mean, at least though with the spruce, that pine tree type thing, I mean, you think kind of winter.
Yeah, seasonal. Seasonal for sure.
So it still works for sure.
So we have been sufficiently warmed by the 2 beers that we have today, but only one can win the Winter Warmer contest. Jason, why don't we start with your beer, the Backburner?
The Back.
What did you think?
Burner. Overall, I really enjoyed this beer. I really enjoyed the flavor. I appreciated that, while it is a barley wine, it's not overpoweringly in your face with that alcohol taste. I was disappointed though, at least for me personally, I couldn't really get much like an aroma off of it. So that kind of hurt its overall score for me. So when I combined everything, it came out to a 3.4, which I'm surprised because I thought it would be scored higher, but based on our patented and proven Battle of the Beer scoring methods, that's what it came to be. But I mean, overall though, I still really did enjoy that beer.
I actually was able to pull a little bit, but it was all molasses. If you wouldn't have told me this was a barley wine, I wouldn't have guessed that at all. While it doesn't taste particularly stouty or anything like that, it also doesn't taste particularly barley wine. There's a lot of molasses in this. I enjoyed that. I'm not saying that's bad, but there are people out there who might be looking for a barley wine and then be very disappointed by this. For me, the overall was a 4.25. I will say, out of all of the categories, you know, we do the mouthfeel, the taste, the appearance, and all that. Nothing under a 4 for me.
Oh, wow. Well, let's talk about your Pennsylvania tuxedo here.
Sure. You know, it was kind of weird to go from this to a pale ale all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's very drastically different than this one.
But for what it was, though, it did its job admirably. We talked about the taste, and that was one of the things that I appreciated. While being a pale ale, it still tasted kind of wintry. So that kind of saved it, I think, along with that weirdly high ABV. So across the board for me, all 4s.
Oh, wow.
Making it an overall of a 4. So for me, just barely pinched it out. So very close.
I kind of echo your thoughts on that. Like I haven't had a beer that with that flavor, that spruce, I think is what we're calling it.
Yeah.
And I haven't tasted anything like that, so that immediately kind of won me over. I think I had all 4s except I think mouthfeel was like 3.5, just because it was kind of typical mouthfeel. But really enjoyed that beer for what it was. I mean, it's just drastically different and refreshing in a way too.
Mm-hmm.
So
especially in the pale ale category, very off the beaten path as far as pale ales go. Then that means that the Pennsylvania Tuxedo is our winter warmer.
Unfortunately, that's going to bring this edition of Battle of Beer to a close. I hope you enjoyed this journey of winter warmers with us. I hope it's inspired you to maybe pick one up for the first time or expand your idea of what different beer styles can do.
I think we're all a little bit warmer after this episode, and thanks for watching.